Gum Gurupyo Namah. Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 17, Śraddhatraya-Vibhāga-Yoga. Shloka 14. Deva Dvija Guru Prajna Pujanam Shaucham Arjavam Brahmacharyam Ahimsa Cha Shariram Tapa Uchyate. Shloka translation. The worship offered to gods, wisdom initiates, Guru and the wise, purity, straightforwardness, the pure paths of a wisdom novice, and non-violence are considered as austerities of the body. Commentary. Spiritual practices require dedication and effort, like the intense focus needed for scientific breakthroughs. Discipline of the body includes worship, purity, honesty, celibacy, and non-violence. These are not merely physical acts, but active behaviors rooted in mental discipline. Each of these aspects of discipline represents a deep and multifaceted concept requiring thorough contemplation. Shloka 15. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhyayabhyasanam chaiva vanmayam tapa uchyate. Shloka translation. Speech which is inoffensive, truthful, pleasant, beneficial, thoughtful self-study is called the austerity of speech. Commentary. This verse describes discipline of speech as being inoffensive, truthful, pleasant, and beneficial combined with self-study. It's important to understand that this doesn't mean carefully planning every word. True inspiring speech comes from inner harmony. While we can edit our words, the yogic approach is to cultivate a balanced mind so that our speech naturally flows like fragrance from a well-tended garden. It's about opening up, not just applying conscious control. While many stop at pleasantness, truth and benefit are even more important. If speech lacks benefit, it's better to remain silent. For those seeking wisdom, meaningless chatter is offensive. A self-realized master's words have a transformative beauty. Their speech, free from personal agendas, acts as a conduit for grace. This is the kind of beneficial inoffensiveness Bhagavan Shri Krishna describes. Shloka 16. Mana prasada saumyatvam maunamatma vinigraha bhava samshuddhirityetat tapomana samuchyate. Shloka translation. Mental happiness, gentleness, silence, self-control, purity of nature are named as austerities of the mind. Commentary. This verse outlines the discipline of the mind. The silence which is mentioned here doesn't necessarily mean the absence of speech, but rather a quietness of the mind. It's about reducing the constant chatter of thoughts, worries, and desires that can cloud our perception. Shloka 17. Śraddhatraya-Vibhāga-Yoga tapastatrividam naraihi apalakankshibiryukte satvikam parichakshate. Shloka translation. This threefold austerity, practiced with transcendental faith by unitively balanced men without desiring any gain, are called sattvic. Commentary. This verse describes pure discipline as being practiced with a transcendent attitude by those who are balanced and free from the desire for specific outcomes. It also adds that the disciplines described earlier should be practiced with transcendent faith. This isn't a simple belief that certain actions automatically lead to enlightenment. The path is more mysterious and unpredictable. It's about participating in what is already happening rather than trying to force a particular outcome. Shloka 18. Satkaramana pujartam tapodambena chaivayat kriyate tatiha proktam rajasam chalam adruvam. Shloka translation. Asceticism, practiced for the purpose of gaining respect, honor, reverence, and for the sake of show is called rajasic, changeful and insecure. Commentary. When our actions are motivated by the opinions of others, we lose the inner security that comes from being grounded in our true selves. We constantly worry about how others perceive us. Are they convinced by our pretense? Do we need to exaggerate? Are they sincere? How can we win them over? Relying on external validation, even from respected figures, make our lives changeful and insecure. We are trapped in a cycle of striving for approval, which is never truly satisfying. Or we may become resentful and withdraw into inertia. True freedom comes from embracing our own truth, and any persona adopted in the name of rebellion is as false as societal masks. The yogic ideal is to shed all pretense, at least in private. We can maintain a degree of social persona as long as we don't identify with it. It's the ego's attachment to the fake image that causes harm, not the image itself. Many people fear honesty and may react negatively to it. It is possible to be oneself while others believe you're someone else. Our goal is self-transformation, not changing others. Shloka 19. Mudagrahenatmano yat pidaya kriyate tapaha parashyotsadanartam va tattamasam udahritam. Shloka translation. Asceticism practiced with foolish obstinacy, with self-torturing or for the detriment of another is termed tamasic. Commentary. Ancient texts define discipline differently for different social classes. While some engaged in extreme forms of self-mortification, the emphasis now is on the underlying motivation behind any practice undertaken with the belief that it will lead to a desired outcome. This includes activities like exercise, education, work, and religious practices. The quality of these practices, however, depends on one's focus. When the focus is on detached engagement with the activity itself, it reflects goodness. When the focus is on a future reward, it is driven by passion. And when there is no real connection between the activity and its supposed outcome, it is inert. What is inert for one person may be good for another, highlighting the subjective nature of these qualities. Foolish obstinacy makes it difficult to convey understanding. The more distorted a belief, the more stubbornly it is held. This stubbornness can be a sign of inertia. It's important to recognize that these qualities are not fixed categories, and we all exhibit them to varying degrees. Understanding how these qualities operate within ourselves is essential for personal growth. Subscribe to watch more. These verses are in Sanskrit and there are limitations in the language we are attempting to translate them into. Therefore, the translation may not be perfectly accurate in every instance. To gain a deeper understanding of any content that's been posted on this channel, you should present your questions to Guru and you will receive your answers for them. This is the path of spiritual practice for our journey towards the Supreme. You can submit your questions by commenting below or by contacting us via this phone number +94 74 280 7193. May the blessings of the Guru be upon you all. Gum Gurupyo Namah.